Hello? Just waiting to see if this actually is streaming, because I'm testing a new method, so to speak. Yes, we are by the look of it. Right, let's chat. What's going on? Okay, so I'm streaming slightly earlier than I normally would because I need to make a package today. So I'm basically streaming the last bits of putting this free play map together. I spent yesterday decorating the map. No, day before yesterday decorating the map. Yesterday I spent doing the underground for the 4 different areas. So that's all done now. There's a short list of things that still need doing. And I also might remember or come across other things that I forgot to do with the map as we go through. So hopefully that will all be sorted. As we go on. But yeah, so that's what's going on today. Additionally, I'm going to chat about Slug Disco, the company, and a couple of things to do with other games that's going on. There's another live stream tonight, which will actually be on that will be on the. So we've got a couple of games that we're publishing. We don't create the games, but we've been heavily involved in them with their marketing strategies and that sort of thing. And one of them is a game called Ecosystem. Now it's part of a Steam Autumn Festival, which is designed to give viewership to games that are up and coming. So the game isn't released yet, but it does have a demo that's free on Steam. And tonight we'll be streaming on Steam. I will be there late at night, so around 9:30 UK time I'll be popping up and having a go at Ecosystem myself. But I'll talk about that a bit more later as well. For now, I'm just going to start getting on with what I need to do. So I'm starting today with a bit of UI work. An office room in a nest chamber. What the background, the main menu background. Yeah, potentially. Either way, good to have you with us. Gorn me's bix. Right. Okay, so I'm gonna add the map. The level's already selectable in the game, but I'm changing it a little bit. So what am I looking for? Come on, John. Think. Free play setup. It's free play setup 4 because we're on several iterations of this now. I need to delete some of the old ones. I think there's some bugs with this, the free play setup UI as well, which needs sorting. Oh, that's sort of another thing I need to do. Like I said, there's going to be a few things that come up, things I need to do. Add map option to basic setup. Do that right away because this one could get a bit tricky. Okay, so map options need to be they need to be controlled via a central thing. Okay. Change the text to map option. Okay, so the new map, which is going to be called Basin, which was a suggestion of Mike's. Before I had it called the Bowl, but I think Basin's just a more interesting. I do agree with Mike that Basin's a bit of a more interesting title. So yeah, the new map called Basin has a map option. It's actually destructible barriers. So at the top and the bottom of the map are two barriers, which, if you have the map option on, they're destructible barriers. If you have the map option off, they just open automatically. So we need to look into that. Okay, so there's a few things going on here. So the bowl, it's like I say, it's going to be called Basin, but we are going to we are going to be renaming that in the UI. I'm not going to bother renaming the file because it's too much of a hassle to deal with all of that, and it's not something anyone will ever see anyway. So the bowl was its working title. Its final title is Basin. It's all fine so far. Don't need to change that. Okay. Update map info. Okay, so this is the first place we are actually going to need to change things properly. Okay, so before we've got, it just clears the map option. Instead, we're going to, because this one does have a map option, it's going to copy what this does really. Only the text's going to be different. So rather than saying periodic flood, we call it hi Kitty69. Good to have you with us. I never write text within Unreal Engine itself because of the risk of getting a spelling mistake, so I'll just write it elsewhere. So rather than periodic flood, it'll be destructible barrier. Destructible barriers. Okay. Okay, so we've added in this extra. Sorry, let me do that. We've added in this extra place for map option. So we need to change some of these things. So that's map text. That doesn't matter. Right, yeah, I can do two things in one of these boxes at the same time. That's good. I should literally just be able to plug these a few times. So. In one moment, I'm just going to whiz through these. Okay, the next thing to deal with is this description. So this is the dunes description there. Right, so there is something called the bold description. It just never got bothered with. Got to rename that as well. Just to be consistent. So basin. Basin description. Again, I'm going to write this. Oh, hello, nice. Is the adventure level ready? No, the adventure level's not ready yet. I haven't got back round to it yet. I will do. It's one of these things that other things get in the way. I went down the road of doing the free play update from the adventure level. So I started the adventure level, got to the point where I needed an AI to go into the level. So I thought, right, I'll build an AI. Well, we had a rough AI from somewhere else, but I kind of repurposed the AI from 3.1. And I thought I'd build it in free play, so then it can be used generically across the board. And I haven't come back to the adventure level from free play yet. I'm still doing the free play update, even though the AI was finished a while ago. So I kind of ended up going down a different rabbit hole. And now I've got this whole new free play map, which I'm getting in. I'll show you the decorated version of the map soon because it's nearly done. And decoration's done. There's just a couple of little bits that need doing on the map. But I will come back to the adventure level because now I have the AI. Should be able to just plug that into what I had with the adventure level, and we should be good to go. Well, not good to go, but good to carry on, should we say? Because there's still a lot more that I wanted to do at the adventure level. Filling up these glasses. Okay. Right, so I'm going to write a quick description of the basin. Okay. Right, let's have a quick read of one of the other descriptions, just so I get an idea. So, embankment says, a stream divides this wide open rainforest. Wide open rainforest area down the middle, which can be perilous if crossed carelessly. Okay. So, I want something roughly that size, so not very big. Right, the main focus of this map is a map which is designed to be played as a 2v2. It doesn't have to, but it's the main focus. So I want to talk about that. I like colonies. Can help one another rapidly. However, rapidly in a joint starting area. However, they will need to clash in the lower ground. With enemies. Best resources. So it says, allied colonies can help each other rapidly in a joint starting area. However, they will need to clash in the lower ground with enemies to get the best resources. I think I prefer need to clash with enemies in the lower ground. With enemy colonies in the lower ground to get the best resources. Okay. I think that's a reasonable description. Okay. Right. Next, I've got to make it so if you change one of the tick boxes, either of the tick boxes to do with the map option, it changes the other one. So there's that one, and there's also the one in level setup. I think that's creature setup. Level setup. Map option. It runs populate level options list. What does that do? Team's victory condition. Ah, right. Yes. Okay. So populate. Yeah, they'll both need to do that. I'm getting that. We're nearly there with this part of it. Okay, so basically these two options are linked. If you change one, it will change the other. Always. Because they're just the same option. But they also need to do that, which updates the list on the right of the map. Okay, so where are we? So I'm just going to run a quick test of that. Right, I need to change the title. Allied colonies. Anyway, I think I'm just going to say allies. Allies. Right, so let's shorten this text because it's going to be below the top of the box. Allies share a joint starting area, but will have to clash with enemies in the lower ground to get the best resources. Let's do that. Allies share a joint starting area, but will need to clash with enemy colonies in the lower ground to get the best resources. Okay. I'll give it a brief go once I've implemented everything. Allied share a joint starting area. Allies. That's why you should always reread what you've written, even if spell checker says it's fine. I'll get there. Allies share a joint starting area, but will need to clash with enemy colonies in the lower ground to get the best resources. Right, I need to change the title to basin. So let's look for everywhere I've written the bowl. Okay, I'm pretty sure then that the only place it's been written is in these menus. hey, can you make an extra level of slave makers where we steal the enemy colony eggs? I've been thinking about that one. Problem is it requires large chunks of AI changes. Because the slave makers that steal eggs in the game only have programming for underground, because they only ever exist underground. Now there are slave makers in the game which exist overground, but they are considered they have the same AI as normal creatures, so they don't steal eggs. So basically, it required me to build a section of AI for doing the egg stealing into the normal creatures, which is fully possible. It's just yeah, it's a bit of bloat. I've got an idea of. I actually think I'm going to do another extra level before I finish Adventure. Problem with Adventure is that the level is hard to make. I imagine it's going to be brilliant when it is made, but it's not. It's not been easy to make at all, and there's so many new things I want to do in it. And half the system's already built, but there's so many new things I want to do in it that I think I'm going to put it to one side for now. Maybe the adventure map will be ready like shortly after Christmas is my feel for that map. But I'm going to do another one in the meantime, which will make use of these moving underground tile like enemies moving, basically tunneling exclamation marks and enemies, which should be really quick to do. I plan on putting that level together in about 2 days. Got a clever plan for it, which will basically mean there's clumps of underground enemies as normal, and then there's these tunneling ones. And if you let the tunneling ones just tunnel, they will tunnel through other groups of enemies and end up building a massive attack. So you've either got to cut them off by digging round to them and killing them, which you'll be able to do for some of them. Other ones you need to trim off some of the enemies that they will potentially take with them. Right, so I need the map option to share a... Okay. I need to have a look at this tooltip. Get map option checkbox tooltip widget. Okay, that's exactly... I want the other ones to have exactly the same one. Right, let me just check that works. Then I need to add an explanation in for basin. Okay, so description of the destructible barriers. top and bottom, center, top and bottom of the map routes are blocked by a barrier that can be destroyed. Just to answer your question about EOTU on phones, we don't know whether it ever will, whether we ever will make a build for phones. But if we ever did, it would have to be very different to what we've got on the PC. We possibly have to rebuild it from the ground up in order to get it to work with phone hardware, or have some extreme limits on the number of creatures you can have. So say you can have 30 in a colony, something like that. So if we ever built EOTU for phones, the chances are it will be a different game, using the similar mechanics, but it will probably be different. I don't know how we'd monetize it. Have no idea. Because we haven't our minds haven't gone so far down that road. If it ever did come to phones, it would be a good long while off. It would be after full release and all that stuff. So I don't really want to speculate on how we monetize it. Okay. Right. Okay. Let's give the map. Well, let's start a game on the map anyway, because I've got to. Two v two. Leave everything like that. Just make sure that is actually. Yeah. Cool. Okay. I'm gonna let that run. I'm gonna get myself a coffee in the meantime. So back in a minute. Coffee cup.
In this small corner of the world, the creatures continue their day-to-day lives, unaware that a new power is about to rise in the Undergrowth.
Oh, good. Lots of error messages. No path, no path, no path. Lovely. Love it when there's no path. Location 1 is actually someone's nest. Right. I'm going to do a quick nosy. The game, no, I set the game to start, but it freezes on that screen in Engine. Right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move this here seed to a location that was mentioned there. So 1, 8, 2, 9, 8. 0.582 Y 14202 0.801 and Z is 0. So wherever the seed is where some of these things are talking about. What does this look like to you? Ah, sorry, no. That's minus. Right, well, that makes more sense. Okay, so right, I've taken myself to the end path. Where's the start? This might be more useful. So something is trying to get to the surface, obviously. Minus 19823. Minus 19823. 15922. instead of 0.
The colony is starving. There's not enough food to feed the
Ha!
new brood.
You see what's happened? So they're completely cut off. This is due to the way that the enemy AI has a pre-built base, and there's just literally been a bug in one of the AI's pre-built bases. That should be a consistent error. It'll only take a minute to fix. Coming back to chat. The only one that built AI. No, the AI was actually originally built by Liam, so a different person in the group. What I did was I took the AI that was built specifically for a level and I remade it for free play. So whilst Liam came up with a lot of the basic things that it does, such as retreating, attacking, I made it work more globally. And I also added in things like attacking enemy colonies and that, because it doesn't do that in level 3.1. So the AI is a collaborative work between me and Liam. Why was I saying numbers? That was just a location that was coming up on screen. It was an error message that came up on screen. I print screened it, so when it disappeared, I didn't lose it. And then I moved a seed to the location it was talking about, which gave me a clue as to what the issue was. And it was a stuck ant. So the issue is... I think it's on this tile grid. Right, if I just run the game again, it should be really obvious really quickly.
The queen has raised her first brood. These loyal
So these are the pre-built nests of the enemy colonies. You can see they're upgrading stuff and things. Things and stuff. Okay, the error messages are kicking in. Okay, so it's this colony that's got the problem. Somewhere we've got cut off ants. There. Okay, so there's the problem. If I look at their plan, there's the issue. Okay, so the white is the white and grey is the areas they've already got dug out at the start of the level. And as you see, that one's missing. So until they try and build this bigger, any ants that spawn in this area will be stuck. It's dead simple to fix. Click on this. I click on is pre-dug out. I click on this again. Work on pre-built tiles. Hang on. Okay. There we go. That was that issue. Let's just save things. Oh, right. Okay, that's that problem solved. I'm pretty sure. Stream's quiet today, eh? It's because I'm streaming at a different time than normal. Oh, and school's back now, and people are at university and all that jazz. It's all right. People can catch up with it later. Can you play it now, please, please? There's still stuff I need to do, I'm afraid. Once the map's saved, I've got a little list here. Okay, so title, description, that's been done. Map option, that's been done. Add map option to basic setup, that's been done. If I load remove barrier, that's been done. So it's start location and victory animations. What I need to do next. Okay, so start location, dead simple. That's just a pawn. So slow. Right, so where this starts is where the camera starts. So we want it to just be bang on the center of the queen. I need to stop double clicking them because it zooms out for some goodness knows why reason. And that's even more annoying. Oh, for goodness sake. Okay. I've got some serious slowdown going on here. What do you think of the anyone up to date on the PC hardware stuff going on at the minute? I'm in the market for a new computer very soon, a new working station. So I've been keeping my eye on how the technology's going. It's looking like if I can get my hands on one, a 3080 would be a good idea because AMD's offering, graphics wise, looks like it's going to be a bit worse than 3080s. However, AMD's processors now look like they are the leaders. So the Zen 3 series, I'm thinking of getting a 3080 with a Zen 3. However, I should probably order the 3080 soon because at the minute, I think if you ordered it now, I don't think you'd get it by Christmas. This stock's that bad. Where am I from? I'm in the UK. I'm in the northwest area of the UK. So we're in lockdown at the minute. Isn't everyone? But I'm in one of the areas that's actually high risk at the minute. So we've got like pubs and things are closing at 10. You're not allowed to meet other households, that sort of thing. How is India? Okay, right. Okay, so that's another thing ticked off. The next thing, unfortunately, is going to take a little bit more effort. So Okay, so these are the level sequences used on the embankment level. Hang on, let me click elsewhere because I think that's slowing my computer down. There are 5,000 cases every day, and I don't want to die before I play the Fire Ant update. Yeah, 5,000 cases, not 5. Oh, I don't even know what that would be. Would that be 50 million cases? Yeah, we have a lot of cases here at the minute. So I'm barely going out at the minute. I'm just going out to the supermarket to get food. That's literally it. I might nip out at the weekend to go to a park to exercise my children, but other than that, you have to wait a little bit longer with the fire ants. They're in the works now, but there's still Matt's still working on an aphid moving mechanic. And then there's the Titan mechanics that still need to be improved. They're partly done, but they're not finished by any chance, stretch of the imagination. Then once those mechanics are done, that should be all the pieces together to put the level. Matt will start working on the models for the fire ant stuff. He's done the fire ants themselves, but there's a lot of other creatures to be made for the fire ant update, including some like reptiles and things. There's some cool stuff coming. There's even a Titan. A Titan is just something they're basically big insects or arachnids, but they're going to be handled differently, a bit like the whip spider, but we're introducing the ability to climb onto their backs. So these large creatures, you'll be able to get loads of ants onto the back of them, so they'll be able to stand on it and attack it. So there's new mechanics that come with it as well, including a damage buff modifier based on the number of creatures you've got on the back. Because the idea is that if you've got creatures on the back, they'll be tearing open the creature's carapace or skin, making other attacks more deadly. Yeah, well, there's not many viewers at the minute. Normally I have about 10 viewers in the stream, but today's quiet, and I understand why. It's because it's early in the day. I normally stream a bit later than this. So I'm gonna stream for another hour. Anyway, let's get these done. Okay, so I think what I need to do is duplicate these. Call this basin def 4. Just want to remind myself of the process. Should be basin def 0. So being in the UK 12. Yeah, it's midday here in the UK, so. So yeah, fair. Most people are at work at the minute, I imagine. Worker at school. Oh, it's auto saving. I need to set up the auto saving settings. stop it doing it so frequently. Oh. What a day, eh? What a day. You just need to stop it doing this autosave. It's driving me nuts. Because it's mostly because when it does it, it takes it ages. It's not like a quick thing. Saving a map is there. We are, it's done. Right, I'm going to do that right now because I've had enough of it. Right, it's going to give me a 260 second warning when it's about to autosave. There we go. Okay, so Basin Def 2. So that, for example, is an animation right there. What is that? Oh, that claims to be towhead def. That's interesting. All right, hang on. I'm gonna. Just going to do a test. So I'm going to add in a cheat here. That will cause victory when I press right bracket. Let's see what happens.
This society is in its infancy. It must grow quickly if it is to survive.
As you can see, this is really interesting.
This colony has proved itself time and time again. Its growth is now unstoppable.
You're right, Pactane. Good to have you back with us. It's like 7:30 in India. I see. Finally someone. How long has it been? I don't know. It's been a while. It is good to have you back, though. Okay, so a couple of graphical glitches that are driving me mad like that. How long's it been since the start of the stream? 1 hour. So I'm going to be streaming in for another 55 minutes roughly. Oh, I'm getting a slow down. What's slowing it down? It's probably content browser here. Hang on. I think I had loads of my. Yeah, I've still got a slowdown going on. let me try closing that, see if that helps. No, this is why I need a new computer. Give it a minute, it'll finish its madness. A lot of the time it's things like a quick scan going on in the background or something like it, like the computer decides, oh, you're streaming, now's a great time to do a quick scan for viruses. Still jumpy as heck. One sec. It's Unreal Engine. It's just gone mental with memory and GPU usage. It's using 100% GPU at the minute. If I close the viewport. Oh, there we are. That solved it. All we need to do is not look at anything. Right, I need to open the viewport back up again, but hopefully it won't go mental again. Yeah, we're back to normal. Something weird going on with the viewport there. What will happen if EOT became popular as GTA 5? Would you become rich? I think if any game becomes as popular as GTA 5, the creators of said game, or at least the owners of the company, automatically become rich, yes. But that's not going to happen to EOTU. There is only one game I know that became as popular as GTA 5, and that's... Actually, no, there's a couple. No, I think GTA 5 is probably the most popular game ever. Maybe. I don't know. I don't actually really know. I know a lot of people play things like Fortnite, but I still think GTA 5 might have sold more copies. But I don't know. Maybe I should look into that. Anyway, what was I doing? Animation. Victory animation. Interesting. What's this called? Basin. That's the camera cuts. This is, we're moving around way too quick. Okay, right. Give me a second. Enable disable snappings. One of these creates a keyframe when properties change. That's the one. Okay. That's a bit janky, but a little bit of correction I think will be sorted. Right, what does that look like, roughly? That's fine, isn't it? Okay. What am I looking at? Obviously, be able to do it. Right, coming back to chat. Oh, there's going to be a GTA 6. I just hope this game is popular enough amongst RTS players. Yeah, I think we still have some headroom for sales. I mean, don't get me wrong. We've sold a good amount of copies, and we've sold more than I ever thought we would already. But with the more copies we sell, the more pressure it comes with, because we've now got a lot more fans. It's an interesting thing, but I still think we've got more. There's plenty more to sell to out there, and there's a lot of people that have got it on their wish list, which I think are waiting for full release, or at least or a discount. They're waiting for one or the other. We're not going to do a discount until after release, full release, but I still think there's a lot of popular because I've seen one or two my sub channel play Empires of the Undergrowth. When I read comments, they really like the game. Still, those are not RTS focused channels. Hey, let's look. Hello, Rempy. Rempy, good to have you with us. Right, I need to rename these. So, what is it called? Basin. F1. Sorry, it's running through putting stuff on the server. So once I'm done with this, I think I'm pretty close to ready for the next beta update. Still not out of the beta yet. Still a few things I want to do before. 5 people have joined the stream. Well, it's getting a little bit later on in the day now, so people are showing up. John's streaming is worth the watch. Oh, thank you very much. Right, we're going to put these animations into place and redo them so they work with this, because at the minute they just copied from another level, so they'll be looking at the wrong thing. We're going to get that done. Then once that's done, we can give the level a bit of a test. Make sure nothing's broken. Okay, bye. You're back after 5-10 minutes. See you in a bit. I'll still be here. Okay, so Great doing this in the dark, isn't it? Where's the Queen? She's there. She is there. Okay. Keyframe it. Zoom in. Zoom in to the Queen. Final transform. Up here, somewhere like that. That looks good. I don't think there's any need to get too fancy with this. Have you defeated Skynet yet? I have not. I'll continue my mission to defeat Skynet. I don't have enough hair for that character. Actually, in the more recent versions, he had short hair, didn't he? It's interesting to see the development of this game. EOT has got such great potential. There's nothing like it at the moment. Ah, that was very quick. Don't even know why I bothered saying bye-bye to you. Yeah, I still think there's loads of potential we've got, and my personal feeling is even after we're in full release, I still want this. I still want to do a lot with the game, so I think we'll be supporting it for a good long time to come, so long as it makes sense to do so financially, which I think it will. If full launch sells anything like early access did, I think we're going to be all right for a while. Turn off the keyframe. Where is the Queen point? Show me the Queen point. There it is. There's the new Queen. My Queen. Okay, turn back on the keyframing. Lock ourselves to this camera. And zoom into the Queen. Move along to the final point. That's actually not bad, you know. What do you think? That seems fine. I'm not too worried about the free play victory animations. I don't think it's worth me spending much time on them. As nice as it is to see a pan around your character, it's not you and Queen. It's not gonna make or break anything. Turn off keyframe. Find the point. There's the Queen. Plonk it on the Queen. Turn back on keyframing. Jump into the camera. Fly to stare at the Queen. You noticed it corrects itself to stare directly at the Queen. It's because I've got it set up to stare at that point that I initially move at the start of the edit. Yeah, that's fine. All good. Right, I think we are done with that then. So I think we're good to give the level a test. So I'm just going to save it before I do anything and cross off my point. and I will run a quick victory test by pressing the victory button I added in earlier. I wonder what the next ant species is going to be after fire ants. If I recall that in previous stream, they talked about the number of casts in the next species. 3 casts. Speculate. I don't think people will guess what the final species is. Might be slightly unexpected, but it's a good one. Beat the game button, it was finally invented. Yeah, the I win button. Once the map's saved, I'm just going to run and press the I win button, and we'll see if it pans around my queen correctly. If it does, I'm going to assume they all work, and if they don't, someone can tell me when he goes to testing. Okay, it's saved. Right, here we go. The bullet ant is yes on the list because of the Kickstarter update. The plan with the bullet ant is it's a post-game unit. So once you've completed the game, it will become available to purchase. It'll become available for you to purchase, and with your royal jelly, and it'll be a beast of a unit. It'll be very expensive though. I see a level about army ants and army ant queens. New diesel of the army ant queen. New denizen. Army ant queen. New decease of the army ant queen. I would like to do a level, an extra level with the army ant design. Yeah, that makes more sense. I would like to do an extra level with the army ants. The problem is the way they don't have nests underground. Let's get rid of the I win button. I win disabled. So, in order to make it work, you need to have a level without an underground, which kind of breaks quite a few of our game rules. So I have some thoughts on what I would do for an extra level with it, but I can't see them ever coming to free play as a playable species in any way other than they already have. So in free play at the minute, well, in the beta build, you can unlock the counterpart colony by playing the level the other foot. If you complete the level the other foot, the counterpart colony becomes unlocked, and you can play it in free play, and you can build things like trap jaws and army ants and that sort of thing in free play. But I would like to do an extra level with them at some point. We'll see. I've got loads of ideas for extra levels. Problem is, if I keep building extra levels, I'm never actually going to get through the campaign. So I'm saving the map again now. I've deleted the thing. It's taking its time. Well, playing as Queen, the beginning of free play or extra level, where you go find a spot, dig a burrow, start a colony. Yeah, we've thought about this. It's a nice idea, but it doesn't. It would be. It would be. There would be big changes to the way the game currently works. I can't see it happening in Empires of the Undergrowth 1. Maybe if we made a sequel, maybe we'd do something along those lines. It's because it's such a big. That's such a big change. But I get it. I get the desire to have a map that you can in the end just decide where you want your nest to be. Right. I think I'm ready to play test. Right. Okay, so there is some freebie resources. I think there's 2 patches of freebie resources at the beginning. Yeah, there and there. I think I'm going to go for this one first because see what my allies are up to. Bloody cheats. No, I haven't turned on randomized caverns. Simply because this is the first time I've tested it with since I built the underground. So I actually want to try with the proper underground first to make sure I haven't messed it up. I mean, randomized caverns are fun, but you do lose space with them because the game kind of predetermines where... Oh, wait. Oh. There's a broken tile there. I have to remember that. Broken graphics on a tile. Oh. Run out of food. I've got one other worker now, so...
This colony must remain small for now. Food is too scarce to support greater numbers.
There's going to be raging battles going on the surface by the time I get there. So put 2 queens in 1 colony. That was another thing we've discussed. We actually discussed it for the fire ant update because fire ants do indeed do that. It's one of the. I mean, there's other species. I think quite a lot of species of black ants have multiple queens as well. in the end, we decided it wasn't worth the effort it would be, because it's quite a fundamental change to how our game works. Our game's expecting one queen, and we could have done it, but we didn't want to. We wanted to put our time into other things. Like bridge building systems received a huge amount of work, as we think the bridge building is the more iconic thing with Fire Ants. And this with 2 entrances. Again, that's another thing. I think we were when we were discussing things, we oh gosh, it's hailing. Hailing really quite dramatically. You possibly hear that actually. Why I combat turned off then? Right, I need some military units. Wait, my allies nicking my Wait, that's mine. It's my food. Go away. No, my allies here. That's my ally. And this is me. And blue. Blue. But my allies harvesting the one. Oh, damn you, ally. So, most of the landmarks in this map will be in the centre. Gosh, loads going on down here. Of course, because I've got leaf cutters, there's twice as many landmarks on the map. Right, I think my allies cleared the way anyway, so let's go get this fish. Combat off, I think. Who are your opponent ant types? They're both leaf cutters. So it's 2 leaf cutters versus a wood ant and a black ant. I don't expect to win this. If we even get that far, but ooh, aphids. So the idea of the map, okay, so that's a blockage that can be destroyed, by the way. Okay, so the idea of the map is that you're kind of forced into the center here where almost all the resources are. Not all of them, but almost all of them. Bloody... I've probably harvested all I can harvest from that. Should we get back down here? Let's get back down here. I've got a few military units now, so we're not struggling. Maybe I should actually be clearing the underground at the minute. There's quite a lot of resources under here. I might do that in a minute. Do one more run down into the pit. Should be calling it the basin. That's the name of the map. What's going on here? Okay, something weird's going on. Right, I'm in engine at the minute, so I can actually check what's happened, is the question. Okay, so these look like they're trying to go through there. Where is their swarm point? Right, their swarm point is somewhere ridiculous. Why? If I had to guess, I would say it's probably because I need to rebuild the paths. Maybe I made some minor changes to the edge of the map. I haven't tried Towhead yet, but I have added the extra ramps. Have a look at that in a minute. Well, to be fair, there's not that much longer of the stream. Okay, so for the moment, I'm going to assume the issues here are... There's a couple of issues with the edge of the map. I'm going to assume the issues are that the paths need rebuilding. And then keep an eye on things going wrong in the future. Probably get more food storage now. Oh, there's loads of resources down here. The name of the game. That one's not blended very well. Ooh, did I do that actually? No, it looks like I haven't blended the tunnel exits very well, so I'll need to do that. Should write that down. Blend. What are they? They're tunnel exits? No. Surface spawners. Paint. Work. Okay. One of the jobs I forgot to do. Okay, let me just give a quick read of chat. Black Ant Colony with 10, 11 queens. Yeah, they can have huge amounts of queens. Otherwise they will entwine my house. Hey Slug, can't we enter the trapjaw colony nest? It's the trapjaw colony nest. Trapjaws are, I think again, I don't think they build nests underground. Oh! I don't think this is a fight I want at the minute. The last thing I want to do is attract some mages to me. Right, I'm going to quickly nab the food there, and then we're going to go underground and deal with our underground. Clear this out. I need to change the music as well, because I wanted to go with the other leaf cutter music. Oh look, some things to ban. I don't know if they sometimes descend on your channel. I think they aim at channels that haven't got many viewers. Fortunately. Yeah, the frame rate's tanked. It's possibly the spider webs as well. There's the queen joined my colony. Oh dear.
The colony is starving. There's not enough food to feed the new brood.
New funnel web. No 12 queens. I don't seem to be able to ban the bots from this app. Block. Oh, I can. It must have been something that targeted me all in one go. Did we get them all? I think we got them all. Okay, it's all going on down here. At least resource harvesting's been oh. I actually think I'm losing more than I'm gaining here. Yeah, you take that stuff home. We need it at home. Yeah, let's not just keep throwing ourselves at that. That's pointless. Let's clear out some of this. Yeah, that's the next sensible one to tunnel out. God, my allies doing well. You can't really tell with leaf cutters because they'll have a smaller colony, but their colony's more powerful. No, Mr. Bot. Right, Raptor. I've clearly been targeted by something. Good to have you with us. Unfortunately, there's only 10 minutes left of the stream, so. Oh, I missed a bot. Got him. Oh, whip spiders. Whip spiders. Oh, whip spiders are awful, actually. Whip spiders versus black ants. The whip spiders will win every day. Hang on, let's regroup. Ah. Should have saved some more of that delicious food. I think I may have killed myself. It's like the black ant's worst nightmare is whip spiders. I can't do 1 hour more, I'm afraid. I've got to get packaging. To be fair, this is an appropriate time to stop, probably. My ally won't help me here because they won't see me as under threat.
The ants must protect the queen.
Quick, use developer power. God, developer power is so strong. Developer power OP. Right, just so whilst we've got a minute, because it's going to take a while for my colony to get back to normal, I think. Later today, Liam, Matt, and a chap called Tom will be streaming on Steam a game that we're publishing called Ecosystem. If you do want to join us for that, you can check out. Well, we'll post about it on social media. But if you look at the game called Ecosystem on Steam, from that game's main page, there should be streams popping up. So we're going to be streaming from about 6 p.m. UK time. I won't be there until about 9:30 p.m. Because unlike some of the other chaps, I have children that need dealing with in the evening. Right. See you, Kitu69. Have a good day now. So yeah, we'll be streaming at that point. Not this game, and it won't be on. It won't be on Twitch. It will be on. Oh, let's not tunnel into that. That really doesn't look sensible. Hang on. Let's not just running one at a time. That's exactly what it wants us to do. Okay, go! Charge! It's not easy being black ants. I really don't have many options. Oh, no, 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 I don't want to do that. Combat off, combat off. Get back underground. We really don't want to fight that thing. Okay, right. Combat back on. We'll come out over the other side. We're going to go sneak into the middle and grab some tasty. Oh, there's a couple of leaf cutters just murdering. There's plenty of tasty down there. We'll get that. See, it's a funny one buffing things like black ants because they actually do have a place in the Formicarium colonies. And I know as a species they're underpowered, but it's trying to balance them is dangerous because it'll unbalance the levels. I prefer to see them as just hard mode. Maybe at some point we can add in a balance for free that is only in free play only. We'll see. Ooh, that needs repainting. Just gonna take a screenshot of that so I've got a record of it. Go on. Okay, there's quite a lot of resources around. Well, I should show you the Destructible Rocks, I guess. So this is destructible. To destroy it, all you need to do is stand next to it, and your ants will attack it. My food stores are full. Great.
The workers have done all they can to prepare this.
And they probably need a bit more work. Oh, yeah, I definitely think I haven't rebuilt the paths at the edge of the map. Yeah, you can see that. I can place markers on these areas and my ants get confused. Yeah, so basically, since I did the edge of the map, I haven't rebuilt the paths. That's all that is. Nothing to worry about. Yeah, observe my backdooring. So... Oh. Huh. Let's have a quick look, because that is meant to be... Right, okay, there's another issue. Okay, so I haven't... this barrier must be set to destructible, and this one I must have forgot to. Yeah, it's not set to destructible. Okay, so I can show you on the bottom barrier, but I can't show on the top. Let's resume the game. And I'll send my ants down to the bottom barrier. Right, so a couple of things to note. Okay, rebuild paths. Top barrier. Set to destructible. The plan black ants to have AoE resistance for an update. I think they already have it. It's not very much, but they think they do already have it. It just gives them a little bit of resistance to AoE, but it's not as much as the fire ants. I want the fire ants to kind of have that part of their identity, that they that they're resistant to AoE damage. Right. Steamroll ants. This player, the yellow player, doesn't seem to be doing very well. Okay, so they're attacking an invisible creature here. I still intend to make it so it looks a bit better, so I put a couple of invisible creatures in. And then put them a bit closer to the rock. Because at the minute that just looks like they're attacking thin air. Currently there's no way to see the health of the rock either. Okay, I'm going to note down improve attack area of barrier. So the attack speed of the black ants are sort of pausing after each attack. And they've synced up. Very strange. Write that down. That's a more serious issue. There we are. That might be to do with frame rate though, because I've got frame rate drops. Right, Huff. You've come in right at the end of the stream, I'm afraid. Have a quick look at the latest map. There's actually a barrier between nests here that isn't destructible. If you're allied, it's open. If you're not allied, it's closed. Yeah, the right edge of map scenery looks. It's alright. Obviously my frame rate's tanking at the minute. We have to remember I'm running the I'm running the engine as well. The scenery at the edge of the map looks reasonable. Although I've put loads of stuff in that you can't see at all. Like if you have a look, there's all sorts of decoration I've added in that you'll just never see because the camera never reaches that angle. There's even a big tree here behind us that you're never going to see. Oh. Right, I think I've run out of time. Too late to see Towhead. I can open the map up for you just to give you a quick view, but I'm planning on making a package this evening, so you'll be able to give it a play this evening. Either way, that'll do for this one for now. I've got a few things that need looking at. Well, I might not get a chance to do. I'll open the Towhead level now. You can have a quick look, and then I've got to go. Unfortunately, it seems to have frozen. Goodness knows what it's doing at the minute. Levels. Replay. I'm not actually going to run the map. It could take too long, and I'm already slightly over time. Because I've got to get on with making this package. I also won't have time to do it today. On Towhead, I've literally just added a ramp to each of the near each player's nest, so each player can get here, for example, each player can get down to the central area a lot easier. So there's a ramp there. For this player, it's actually slightly further out, but yeah, ramp there down into their central area. Again, this player ramp down into the central area, and this player ramp down to the central area. Everyone's got 2 routes now. Well, at least 2 routes to get out the nest. There's that way and that way. This player might struggle a little bit because that's quite close to a. Actually, no, they won't. They'll be able to get around that without going near the landmark. So that should make it much easier to access resources on the surface. I think that was the main problem in Towhead, is like this player could literally be cut off by one large creature here. You just literally got stuck at the beginning. Anyway, thanks very much for joining me. Like I said before, I'm going to be making a package tonight and hopefully getting out to you by tonight, so you can test the new map out and the changes to Towhead. There's also changes to the markers. There's a video to explain that actually, which I'll post with the patch notes. Additionally to that, I'll be streaming on Steam tonight, so not on here. And it won't be Empires of the Undergrowth. I'll be streaming another game that Slug Disco is publishing. We're not developing, but we're publishing it. With the developer, he's a one-man band, Tom Johnson. Johnson, is it? I think so. But anyway, Tom's going to be. Is it Johnson? I just got his name wrong. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Double check that. Yeah, it is Tom Johnson. So we'll be streaming that later on Steam. If you wanna check it out, come join us on Steam. The game is Ecosystem. So if you literally go to the store page for Ecosystem from 6 p.m. UK time, you should see that there's a live stream going on, and that'll be one of us. That'll be Tom Johnson at first, and then us throughout various points of the night. We'll be giving his game a play on stream. Should be good fun. Anyway, thanks very much for joining me, and I will see you later, hopefully. If not, I will see you next week, and there should be the new patch out by then on the beta build. See you next time. Thanks very much for joining. Ta-ra.